morning, we're here gathered today to recognize the sacrifices that many veterans have made in our country. In the United States, it's often said by many people, we say it every day, and sometimes it's taken for granted. Saying is, it's a free country. We've all heard it 100 times before, and often we do it without a second thought. It's true, as Americans, we are free. We come and go as we please. We worship the God of our choosing without persecution. We have the right to vote for those whose values and ideas best represent our own. But yes, sometimes we do take our freedom for granted. Sometimes we forget, but we shouldn't. We should always be aware of the wonderful gift we've been given. We should always be aware that others are not so fortunate. In many places all over the world, people suffer because of oppressive regimes. We here in the United States, we're the fortunate ones. We should cherish every day of our freedom. We should always remember that freedom is we should always remember that freedom is not something that was given to us without a great cost. Franklin Delano Roosevelt once said, in the truest sense, freedom cannot be bestowed. It must be achieved. Today we remember those who made the sacrifices needed to achieve it. Today we pay tribute to those who have lost, those who we have lost, and those who are still with us. Today we honor the soldiers, the sailors, the airmen who put the nation's security above their own lives. Today we acknowledge the great debt we owe to our veterans, a debt that we'll never be able to repay. May God bless each and every one of you. As United States veterans, you are the reasons why we as Americans can say it is a free country.
See it.
Other guy!
Close it up. Left face.
Happy Veterans Day to one and all, and especially our veterans on this brisk morning. Thank the good Lord, what a difference a day makes. When I was contemplating about what I should say this morning in front of the First World War monument, thinking about the soldiers in the trenches and what they went through in World War I, it made me think about what I consider as one of our great presidents, and he quoted, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." And of course, that was an end quote. That was the great John Fitzgerald Kennedy. And I think those words really exemplify just what a veteran has done and what our veterans that are serving right now are doing. And that is, they have thought about their country, not themselves. They have given everything they could possibly give. They put their lives on hold while they serve this great nation so that we can stand here as a free nation, able to speak our minds and to honor whoever we would like. For they did give to their country. They gave an awful lot. And for this, I say thank you and may God bless.
Forward, arms. Right, face.
Breathe. And
Ready. Aim.
color.
Fire. Aim. Fire. Aim. Fire. Ready. Front. Present. Arms.
Then, arm.
whatever it takes.
Yes, you gotta put
Oh, it's not on yet. I gotta get this in the way.
Good morning, friends and family, and our honored guests, the veterans. We come together this day in a rich tradition to honor our veterans of yesteryear and of today. I stand by the Korean-Vietnam Memorial, but there is a common theme that echoes through all the memorials in Oxford and all the memorials throughout this great country, whether it be World War I, World War II, the Vietnam, or the Korean Memorial. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the World War II traditions, because I think that those echo through all the conflicts and wars that we have had as a nation that bring us together. World War II was a war that brought our nation of freedom and justice face to face with an axis of evil that sought to spread the brutality of fascism throughout the world. Today, some theorists claim that the Western Allies, and thus the U.S. military, were as brutal as the fascist aggressors in World War II. And we know the same criticisms are made of our veterans from World War I and those in Vietnam and Korea. These mutilators of history suggest that the United States veterans were as morally corrupt as those that sought the extinction of freedom in our great country and that in our allies in Europe. Moral equilibrists, they are called. These theorists have written books to cloud and distort history about all of our veterans. We all know that this is not the case, and so we, as proud Americans, gather in our public squares every Veterans Day to say we remember and to say thank you to all of our veterans. An accurate reflection on the history of our veterans in World War I, World War II, Vietnam, and Korea compel us to admire and appreciate the sacrifices, because it is well known that they fought the war and justly followed, and I emphasize the word justly followed, a higher moral code than any of our enemies, whether it be in World War I, World War II, Korea, or Vietnam. In World War II, we fought against the axis of fascism. These fascists sought to invade countries without provocation, enslave and butcher innocent people. It is so important that we, in generations to come, be the gatekeepers of truth to keep the history of courage, sacrifice, and compassion straight about our veterans. If we falter in this endeavor, we dishonor them and the sacrifices they have made and continue to make with their blood, their sweat, their tears, and their lives. So today, in our reflections at all of our memorials, and on all of the battles and the wars that brave Americans have fought and still are fighting overseas, let us envision and remember that moment on February 23rd, 1945, on that cold, faraway peak on Mount Sabaki, the sacrifices, the strength, and the righteousness of our veterans as forever symbolized in history by Ira Hayes, Michael Strank, Renee Gagnon, Howland Block, Frank Sousley, and John Bradley, as they, bloodied and tired from battle, raised that American flag at Iwo Jima. This is a true representation of the honor, valor, and freedom-loving legacy of all American veterans that echoes through the ages of our democratic existence. God bless all of our veterans and the great country they have defended for over 3 centuries. Thank you.
Ready! Aim! Fire! Aim! Fire! Aim! Fire! Ready! Front! Present! Front!
On behalf of the Board of Selectmen, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the veterans that came out today to honor all of those who have served in the armed forces. In particular, we'd like to have everyone remember what is going on in Afghanistan and remember that we have people over there that are serving this country at a great expense. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans. Thank you.
Thanks. You want some help carrying that back? No, you got it. You're the man. I'm Barry. Barry Early. Pleased to meet you, sir. Pleased to meet you. You did a good job, huh? Yeah, but Tony's over there. Heck of a job. Jesus. It's about to be. The parents should all be proud. They look very good. Good job out there. Look good. Good job. Good job out there. Thank you. Hi, on behalf of all Americans Day, I want to thank all the veterans overseas, young men and women. I thank you very much. Thank you.
My husband was in the United States Marine Corps, and he served in Vietnam, and he was a radio operator. Happy Veterans Day to all you veterans. If it wasn't for you, veterans, we wouldn't be here today. Semper Fi.